The truth is going to set you free. You are in a place, in a space where you want to be delivered from, and you don't know how to get out of there. There's a truth about wherever it is you are, physically, mentally, emotionally. There is a truth about why you are in that place, and the truth will set you free. By the end of this video, you will see prayerfully how to be delivered from the situation that you're in. There are a lot of people that are unhappy where they're living. They're unhappy in their relationships. They're unhappy on the job. They're unhappy maybe in a financial situation. They're unhappy just wherever they are in life. They're unhappy with something. They want to be delivered from something. You want to be delivered from a particular element in your life. It's weighing on you. You're familiar with everything in that environment, or you may not, or you may still be trying to understand it. But one thing that is true, you want to be delivered from certain elements in that situation that you're in. And there are some things called truth that you see about that situation. And it may be, you may see a monetary aspect. You may see the financial aspect, same difference. You may see how a particular person is behaving. You may see how a particular person is treating you. You may see how a particular person may be limiting you, same difference. You may be seeing how something just may be too small for you. You may be seeing how this place is not a place of provision. You may be seeing all of these different things, the limitations of where you are currently, and you want to be somewhere else, but you choose to stay there out of comfort and familiarity. And you know the truth. That's the thing. All of these things that are limitations, things that are cons, we have pros and cons, but you want to be delivered, right? So all of those things that are considered cons in this situation, you know the truth about it. You want to be delivered. But here we go. You're in denial. You may be in denial. You may say, well, I see that the banana looks brown and it's fuzzy on the outside. But, it does that, right? Bananas change colors after a while. I think it's safe to eat on the inside. You're in denial about what's really going on beyond the surface. Or let's say a vegetable. Yeah, it's fuzzy and it got some green spots, but maybe if I just cut off that part, maybe the rest seems to be okay. And you're okay with it. And then you eat it and it makes you ill, but you just put it off. Like, oh, okay, so you just put it off like normal. The truth will set you free when it comes to your deliverance. Whatever you want to be delivered from, wherever place you want to be delivered from, there are some ugly truths about that situation. And if you truly want to be delivered, and if you truly want God to free you, you have to be honest with yourself about whatever it is that's going on underneath your nose. You can't turn a blind eye to certain things. You can't just say, it's always been that way. You can't be afraid of the change, the shakeup. Do you want to be delivered and just magically be in a particular place and there be no change? So what are you asking to be delivered from? Respectfully. A person's not treating you right. That job is not paying you well and you don't like it. I can see if a job is not paying you as much as you would like to be, but God is still allowing you to meet your needs with that job. That's a different situation. But this is a place to where what's limiting your growth. You know it's not where you want to be. You know that it's time for a change. But at the same time, you want to keep yourself and whoever else comfortable because you don't want to shake things up. You don't want to change things up. And that this is your life. I'm not going to say God won't do anything, but God will help those who help themselves. And you help yourself by seeing the truth for what it is and not live in denial. Saying, God, I really want to change this. I really want to get out of this situation. I really want to stop this drug. I really want to stop that or whatever sin. I really want more for myself. And I know that there are certain things going on here that is not okay. God, help me Lord, help me. You have to see first that something is not okay, and you have to acknowledge that. You can't just see things, say, and then accept those things. That's another thing too. You can't accept those things. You can't see something bad happening or see something compromising happening, accept that, and then hope and pray for deliverance. You have to be the change you want to see. And if the change that you want to see, it don't have to be dramatic, but it starts up here by not being in denial. You cannot be in denial about the reality of your situation. There are some harsh realities about the environment that you are in right now that you do not want to accept because of fear, the fear of the truth. The truth will set you free. Do you really want to be delivered or not? Respectfully, when you see the truth about everything, you know it, but you don't want to address it because it's too uncomfortable to face. Well, you may be stuck in that place. You have to recognize the truth of the situation, the truth of the matter, and say, God, this is not okay. Help me to navigate this. So take it from you trying to figure it out. Invite God in to start the purging process. Because when you see it and you know that it's just going to be like an entire thing of change, you just don't deal with it because you think that you have to do it by yourself or that it's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging, but God is the one that's going to do the heavy work. Your job is to surrender, but you got to start with, for example, you're addicted to a drug, and drugs don't have to be a substance. It can be many different things, money, TV, whatever. But anyways, you're addicted to a drug, and you know that you do not want to be hooked on this drug. You want to be freed from this drug, but you can't do the drug and then know that it's bad and then say, well, one of these days I'm gonna get off this, or one of these days I'm gonna stop doing this. No, you have to really know that the drug is bad and really say, God, I know this drug is bad. Please help me to not indulge in this. And then ask God for strength. And then you may take some actionable steps to try to abstain yourself from that drug. And you may backslide a few times, but continue to seek God in prayer. Continue to really put up that fight. Stand 10 toes on that change you want to see. Don't just be complacent up in the bed doing the drug like, yeah, I gotta get off this. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, I gotta get out of this. I need a new job. Yeah, I gotta find me a new job. But you don't look for a new job. Or you don't be the change you want to see on the job. You just let things go on. You just sitting there watching life happen, and you're watching everybody do the things you're uncomfortable with, or you're watching people use your money, or you're not seeking God to help you have the courage to enforce boundaries or to enforce something that gets you one step to the deliverance. You have to actively do something, when you see, but first you have to first acknowledge that, yes, there is something wrong with where I am. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this place. Yes, there is something wrong. God, help me to do whatever I need to do to make this right for myself or whatever. You have to recognize that whatever is going on in front of you is not okay. Do not live in denial. Please. So many people, life is passing them by. They want this, they want that. They want to experience life, but they are so complacent with how things are. They are so afraid of change. And you have to understand, change has to happen for things to be different. You can't be delivered and be in the same place because that's not deliverance. That's stagnation. And then they don't want change because they're afraid of what they may lose. Well, whatever you're going to lose, you're going to gain in Christ. God is your provider. When you invite him in to clean up those places, because God is the only one that can do it. Let me tell you, there are some things that I'm praying for, and those things look like Goliath. I mean, systematic things, systematic. You got to think about what a system is. Things that has been set in place and is structured a certain way to behave a certain way, and it's been set up that way for some years. And so a lot of times we see the complexity of a situation and we're like, God, I don't know how this is going to work. God, I'm not even going to bother you with that. God wants to deliver you. He wants you to live that life he intended for you to live. But you cannot be in denial. You cannot be like the Israelites. You cannot, and I'm not saying the Israelites did this, but I'm just saying you cannot be in Egypt and know that the Egyptians are treating you poorly as a slave, but you know, you're like, one of these old days, God gonna free me, God gonna deliver me. But you don't seek God and actively pray and seek. You don't seek God for the change that you want to see. So the truth will set you free. You know the truth about that situation. You know it. You're just in denial. Or sometimes you accept it, but you don't know where to start. Because sometimes you know the truth, but you don't know where to start. You have some people, they know the truth and they're like, well, I ain't just gonna mess with it, but I know one of these days it's gonna change. Yeah, one of these days it's gonna get better. How? You know, you actually just start by seeking God. And then you have some people, they know something is wrong, but they don't know where to start for the change. Again, seek God. Seek his counsel. Just pray. Open that door. God is at the door. Jesus is at the door knocking, waiting for you to invite him in. He wants us to have life and have it more abundantly. And you being in denial or you being stuck, not knowing how this change can happen, invite Christ in, okay? And you are taking the first step in the right direction for that change to happen. So God bless you. Thank you so much for hanging out here with me, listening to this video. You can do it. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share your story below. I love, 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 love to hear your testimonies, your comments, your opinions, good or bad. It doesn't matter. I love to hear your feedback. So share them below. I love you. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.